Hey, what's up? Got another long video for you, so I appreciate your patience. And as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. Now, it's entitled Three Kings. Now, that's a movie that Ice Cube and George Clooney did back in the day. And the movie was about some U.S. soldiers who were coming home from the Iraqi wars, and they were trying to smuggle back gold. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about Stargate. I'm going to talk about a spiritual war that was disguised as a military conflict, and it was aimed at distorting timelines, hijacking solar codes, and trying to obstruct the ascension of nine ether beings. Now, Iraq, little history, is basically Mesopotamia. Now, this society was known for having advanced technology. They had frequency towers, dimensional gate ports, plasma pillars, they had crystalline tech, and vibrational control nodes for the earth grid. Now, there was this particular Iraqi leader. Now, this dude believed beyond a shadow of a doubt that he was the reincarnation of Nebuchadnezzar II. And that's important. Now, if you watch the movie Stargate, you know that there were symbols encoded around the Stargate itself, and they used those to navigate as coordinates. That was true. That was 100% real talk. The thing they didn't get into was some Stargates are only controlled by bloodline lineage, meaning you had to carry a specific bloodline, a specific DNA to be able to use these portals. And it's obvious, because Iraq had this gold, that this certain leader, evidently him saying that he was the reincarnation of Nebuchadnezzar, he was something in somebody's bloodline, because they were able to operate this Stargate. Now, it's a proven fact, not a theory. There were massive excavations taking place in Iraq, and they were searching for buried Anunnaki technology, as well as the working Stargate that they did find. It's also not a conspiracy theory, but there were a lot of insiders and whistleblowers who said that the purpose of that 2003 invasion, it was to gain control of a Stargate. Had nothing whatsoever to do with oil or weapons of mass destruction. Now, this Stargate was being used to access other timelines and dimensional realms, where they were finding the purest forms of monoatomic or light fused gold. Now, let's stop right there for a second, because it was known that this Iraqi leader had a whole bunch of gold. There was a narrative put out there that this gold was stolen from Kuwait. Kuwait is not a region that's known to have a huge gold deposit or any gold deposit in the land. So again, this gold came from somewhere. And again, this particular gold was the purest form. It was ormus. It was white powder gold. And it's a superconductor. It's a frequency-sensitive substance that activates crystalline DNA. It's basically solar gold. And it's found in upper dimensional star systems, because it transmits sun codes directly to living beings, right? It doesn't have to come from the sun itself. It has the codes embedded in it. Now, it was used by ancient solar priesthoods that came from the Atlantean, Egyptian, and Lemurian lineage. They used it to expand the power of the Merkaba field, and they also used it to power light body vehicles. Now, the reason why this matters to nine ether beings, we have the biological and spiritual makeup to harmonize with this pure gold. Our neuromelanin responds directly to gold frequencies, especially monoatomic gold, which we talked about in my last video. Gold amplifies your inner crystalline temple. It activates memory as well as multidimensional travel. In a lot of ancient rituals, people would eat this type of gold. They would meditate with this light encoded gold, and it allowed them to fold time. It allowed for remote viewing. It allowed for resurrection level consciousness. Now, if you know anything about the CIA Gateway Project, they talked a lot about remote viewing. Now, whoever controls this type of gold, right, They will have the ability to distort timelines, to hijack Christ conscious signals, as well as influence the ascension frequencies that are coming from the sun itself. Now, the war itself as a cover-up for the seizure of the Stargate. There were crystalline technologies that were found as a result of this invasion. There were star memory fields that access was given to, as well as this working Stargate portal. Now, the gold, it was taken, it was extracted, and it was delivered to deep underground military bases. It was used and encoded into AI frequency weapons. It was used in satellites, and it was used to create solar mirrors to deflect solar codes back to the sun. Now, we talked about the gold dome, people thinking that it was going to reflect the sun rays, but it doesn't have the ability to do that. But these solar mirrors that were empowered by this gold, it did have the ability, it does have the ability to mirror, to reflect these codes back. Now, as a 9-ether being, because we have neuromelanin, we're going to still be able to receive some of those codes. Everything is not going to go back, but they do have the ability with this type of gold to distort it. They also embedded this gold into 5G hard lines to control geomagnetic grid lines. This technology was put in telephones, it was put in TVs, it was put in gaming systems. And you know how popular all those things are. So you know how far of a reach these geomagnetic grid lines have because of this gold. Now, it was misused to become a tool of enslavement. It was used to program fear and control through inversion codes. They were able to create false solar pulses through satellite reflections and the atmospheric mirrors. And this was an attempt to overwrite your solar magnetic resonance with synthetic frequencies. These synthetic frequencies are being sent to heavily indoctrinated 3D beings, 6-ether beings, with this 3D intense mentality, and they are causing false awakenings, right? They are causing individuals to hold on to this matrix. They're using their fear to keep this program running. Another thing that's happening is it's leading to an even deeper spiritual amnesia. It's disrupting people's neuromelanin's ability to absorb pure light, and it's causing a lot of 9-ether and 6-ether beings to be locked in a density heavy time loop. Now, for all 9-ether beings, we are the original solar codes. We have those within our DNA. They are us, we are them. So they can't stop that. We are solar plasma carriers. We are capable of overriding stolen timelines, and we can transmute that corrupted gold and realign it with divine light. We have the power to override this. Nothing can stop our crystalline activation, but knowing is half the battle. So in knowing this, incorporate into your prayers, into your affirmations as a 9-ether being, transmuting this gold, this pure gold, into a frequency that we can use to assist all of us and to create a grid of 5D crystalline ascension. So again, you've been activated.